Day number 7 of getting mods every single day, and today we've got a bunch for you. 19 mods were released on the in-game mod up. All platforms got 14 new and 3 updates. PC Mac players got 2 updates. Of course, as always, we'll look at each mod, including customization and features. That way you can better decide which mods you want to download and which ones you don't. Starting off, we have a beautiful John Deere 8R Series 2020 from Dense Modding. We talked a little bit about this to farm some news, but it's finally here, so let's take a look. We got 326 horsepower base with a power shift 6x5 or 16x5 transmission power shift, pretty cool. 727 liters of fuel, 25 miles an hour max speed, and it weighs 14.9 tons. Engine options, so we've got the power shift. We also have the auto power as well. Now we can do auto power right hand reverser if you guys want to go with that, and yeah, changes a few things up on the inside as well, making that pretty cool. We also have an E23. I have no idea what that is. Right hand reverser there. And then we're back down. Now we have those with different engine options. So we've got the 310, the 340. We also have a 370 and then 410. Yeah, we got that. Also the 280 as well as, well, back down to the 310 again. Tons of options through there. I think it's probably better for me just to go with the Auto Power Command Pro with the 410. Easy there. Wheel brands, we have Michelin, Trelleborg, Midas, Continental, BKT, Vredestein, and back in again. Now, one thing that's really neat with these is they've got some very nice narrow tires. These may be some of the nicest narrow tires I've seen on a John Deere 8R. Love this very much. We've also got the rear twins and the twins all the way around in that narrow option. Now, we do have a standard with a bigger setup for standard 2. It's not wide, it's more broad-ish, and they just keep getting bigger. And then we have those in the wides. I mean, even big old chunky boys right there. Look, it's almost clipping into the plastic. Not quite, but almost. Then we have those in wheel weights, bigger weights, massive tires, twins. Look how big that is. It's just ridiculous. Look at those wheels. I love that so much. I think that looks so cool. But this is my favorite setup right here. Starfire. We have the holder for that. We also have the 6000. We have 6000 GPS 4640, and then the 6000 G5 RTK. We could do that all together. Then the 7000. We've got those with those multiple options integrated as well, which most of you probably will want to go with. But hey, you can do what you want to. I think that looks the best. Additional equipment is going to be around the inside and different things around. So we have electric bonnet opener, footrest, bonnet camera, and then we have different setups for all of them. I like all. We also have a signature edition and the Agritechnica 2023. If you guys watch my vlog, you got to see this one live. Pretty cool, huh? Let's go with all options. I think that's going to be the best. Lighting, we have standard LED setup for the front. Those look epic. Let's go with the LEDs. Displays around towards the inside. We have the 4600. We have the GS Plus. We have the GS New Gen corner display 4600 and back in. Let's go New Gen, all of the above. Radio, we have a standard, New Gen. Let's go with new. Additional lighting, we have standard, 2 extra on the top, 8 around the bottom, both or standard. Let's go with all. Seat controls, we have a standard, multifunctional joystick and back in. Fenders, now this is there's a lot here. So we have narrow back, standard back, wide back 2, narrow back plus front, standard back plus front, wide back plus front, wide back plus front 2, and then back into the narrow back again. A lot of stuff going on through there. Engine or exhaust and warning signs. So we have short exhaust, long exhaust. Then we have those with the warning signs. We're just going to go with a short exhaust today. Front mounting, we have 0 kg front weights, just the holder itself. Then we could do 200, 400, 700, 1100, 1150, and we do a 3-point with or without the PTO. How cool is that? Capacity, we have AdBlue or without that. We're going to go without. And then we could change up our seats and the license plate. Finally, man, oh man, there's a whole lot to this. Yeah! Round to the inside. It beeped. Ah, that's super cool. There are a few options. If you're on console, make sure you're pressing in L1 and R1 or left bumper, right bumper. That's what I'm using. We can turn ourselves in first person. It also moves, which is why you need that footrest over there. And then we also have up and down, so you can raise and lower the front of the tractor. We have that kneeling option, if you will. Otherwise, that's it. No opening doors, nothing like that I've been able to find. It does sound good, and boy does it take off. Now that I've got my green fanboy out of the way, let's talk about the next mod, the Fendt 300 Vario S4. This is from Schnibble Modding, 113 horsepower, Vario transmission, 210 liters of fuel, 24 miles an hour, weighs 5.2 tons. Bunch of customization for this one, so let's check it out. Engines, we have the 310, we also have a 311, 312, 313, and back in that's 113, 123, and 133, as well as 142 horsepower. Let's go for the biggest one there. Wheel brands, we have Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Bridgestone, and Nokian tires. In here we can do a standard. We also have the I don't remember what you call this, but it basically inflates and deflates the tires as needed. We've even got that in a super chunky boy broad rear tire. Yeah, like that. We also have narrow tires because this is a 300, so it's a little smaller. Good for doing some of that row crop stuff. Rear narrow with an extra little narrow thing on the back, as well as twins, and twins all the way around. So you've got that if you need it. Wheel weights, these are extra and separate. Very cool there. Model year 2015, as well as the 2020. I'm trying to go through, see exactly what I can find that changes. It can't just be the throttle down there that changes. Can't be that, right? Yeah, maybe it is. Mirrors, we have a wide angle setup. We have wide angle electric setup. And back in. Settings, we have power and Profile. We also have Profile Plus and back in. Usually these are fairly expensive, and they are here as well. $10,000 for that Profile Plus. Beacon lights, we have left, right, both of them or nada. Warning signs, yes and no. Lighting, we have halogen and LED. And then your cabin, we have the panoramic cabin Vizio Plus. Sounds like a TV. We also have the door right and back in. Let's go with panoramic, whatever's the most expensive one. Yeah, that'll work. Front loader, we have a Fendt, Quickie, Hauer, or Nada. Main color, we could change this up. We do have the different Fendt colors if you want to do that. We also have the Fendt Petrol's my favorite, but you could choose literally anything if you really wanted to. Let's just stick with a normal green. Then we have the wheel weight color themselves. We could change that. And we have the roof color, which is a little odd about anything other than white. It's going to get pretty hot in there. And then we can change up the rims. This is really cool how we've got all color options to be able to choose from there. Super neat. Taking a look at some of the stuff that we can do. If I press my right bumper and I go left to right, we can open up the front. And I go forwards and backwards, we can open up the back. Then it kind of changes a little bit. If I press both, we can open up the hatch on the top. Then we can open up the right door, or left door, I guess. And then we go up and down again, and it's exactly the same as the front. However, it's a different button layout. So there's two setups for the front glass. Next up, we have the Bestway Ag Retriever SLT. Now we have two options here, simple control and manual control. I'm not exactly sure the defined definitions between both those, but it has been said that simple control models are not recommended for AI driving. So manual it is, I guess. Let's take a look here. 400 liters, that's going to be fuel, so you can carry that on board. Trailer model, we have a lot of them. Basically, they just keep getting longer with different axle setups. You can see we also have different types of hitches on the front as well. We've got bumper pulls as well as your gooseneck. So let's see if we can find ourselves a real big one. That'll work perfectly fine. Oh yeah, by the way, this is for hooking up headers and forged headers and 3-point hitch stuff. It's for hooking that stuff up so you can carry it around. It's really neat. Warning beacons. We have yes and no. Warning stripes. Red and orange. Orange and white. Red and orange. Yeah, red and white. It's all over the place. Spare tires. We've got yes and no brand decals. We have a white decal. We've got no decal. So this is very cool. We've also got different stuff around towards the backside as well, which you can go yes and no on. Now we do have a bulk fuel tank. We have bulk fuel tank number 2, which is visual. We have an Unreal, which doesn't appear to change it any. I'm gonna guess that was probably meant to do like 4,000 or 4 million liters of fuel, but unfortunately I'm not seeing anything changing on the manual control version. Loading decks, we have yes, and we also have with loading ramps. We're gonna go yes with that. Mainframe, a lot of different colors here, but there's only one that matters. Nitro Blue aged. Accent colors here, we're gonna go black aged, and then decking, orange to see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks better chrome. Let's stick with that. Fender color, I think this is going to have to be one of those blue aged as well. Yup. And then rim colors, of course. Where is the black chrome? Is that it? Black galvanized steel? You know what? That does look pretty darn good. So let's get that. Let's get something that's got a gooseneck and see what kind of trouble we can get into. What's the point in having a custom DjGoHam truck if you're not going to use it, right? So we may as well use it for this one. We've got the TLX 3500 here. This is, I believe, one of the older versions of the model. I think it's been a year or more since David has updated this one. So let's grab a hold. Let's unfold this bad boy, and looks like we have the 3-point hitch on there right now. And it makes me wonder, oh yeah, there we go. We got that unfolded. Boom, boom, and boom. There's so much to this. This is ridiculous. As we fold and unfold, there's also a few little bits back here. Yeah, that's so cool. Look at that. You can actually see things that are moving around and things. It's so neat. All right, not a DJ thing, but just kind of a real world thing. I pulled up. I tried to hook up, but it won't do it. I'm trying my best here. I folded, unfolded. I've even brought it in a little bit. I probably did a few things I shouldn't have done with this, trying to get it to fold and unfold right. But yeah, to my knowledge, it's just not happening. However, that was the advanced one. Now I've gotten a hold of the simple controls one. This is the one they say don't use this with a worker. Yep, no matter what I do, I've got fold. I can detach it if I want, but that doesn't do much for me. I've got fold up, which doesn't do anything. Close cover, which I've got an open version here anyway, so you can't close anything. I got nothing, man. I could keep moving stuff around a little bit here and there, but it's not actually doing anything. And it doesn't give me the availability to hook up to the header. There's hitches here, but I just can't figure it out. I've actually sent the modder a message, be like, hey, I don't know how to use this. Since it's got a 3-point hitch on it, I figured we could back up to something that needs a 3-point. Yeah. All right. So there we go. We've got that. And if I unfold, I could pick that up. Yeah, well, we may have to do a separate video on this because I don't actually know how to get it to pick up anything else other than something like that. I've also gone through every customization option I could see in here with no easy way to understand how to get that 3-point hitch off to go to something else. One quick thing, I have just spoken to Miss Silly P over Discord chat, and it sounds like he's having the same issues I'm having, though all of the videos I've seen on this online have been previews on PC, not using a controller, so my assumption is that either controller commands were either left out or something is interfering, something like that. Either way, if I'm having an issue, Miss Silly P's having an issue, it's probably something that's very easy fix. I'm trying to get a hold of Solar Guy Modding still about this. Once we get that set up, we'll let you know. Now we got to move on or else this video is going to be an hour long. Next is the John Deere B 12-foot grain drill from EY Modding. This bad boy is just a regular seeder, so does all your standard seeding crops, holds solid fertilizer and seed, 600 liters total, 60 horsepower required, 3.6 meter work width, and 9 miles an hour. Next, we've got a trailed wood chipper from HR Forest. We talked about this one on Farm Sim News as well. The Heizomat HM 8400 KLC. This has 16,000 liter capacity without being unloaded, 14.5 tons, 200 horsepower. It's got an 8-ton winch. That'll be interesting to see. Well, brands, we have Trelleborg. We also have Michelin, Nokian, BKT, Vredestein, Lizard, which is very cool, and back in. We have the conveyor belt system of color and silver. I believe it's going to be on this side over here. Yeah, there we go. Let's go with silver so we can see it better. Beacon, we got left, right, both of them, so we'll go with both, but no, nothing. We have a capacity of realistic and unrealistic. Hey, this may be the first unrealistic capacity mod that HR Forest made. Hey, that's pretty cool. It says 1,000, was that a million? 1,000 liters? I believe that's a million. I don't know how to do math. Crushed color. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. So the first thing is going to be the crusher in the middle. We can change that. Then we have the bunk color on the back. Crane color, which is, well, red is red. They look great that way. And then claw. Let's switch over to a gold color. Finally, rims are rims. We'll go with purple. Next is our MF23, the Massey Ferguson from A-Dub Modding. 88 horsepower on this cultivator, 5 meters at 10 miles an hour. And we have basically all of the color options. Looks like he's taken 82 Studios colors. They're just kind of all over the place on this one. This is from the old Gen Massey pack way back when. One of the great things about this was that it was the cheapest and easiest way to cultivate once it was released. So if you were trying to do start from scratch or something like that back at Farm Sim 17, this is the cultivator you would use. Got another mower, the SIP Disc 260. I feel like we have like 6 or 7 of these on mod up at this point, but hey, here's another one. This is actually the Disc ALP. Whatever that means, 600 horsepower, 50 horsepower, 2.6 meters, and 13 miles an hour. Next is a slurry tanker, Lizard CVC 14,000. Of course, 14,000 liter capacity for slurry and digestate, 130 horsepower required, 13.2 meter working with, 9 miles per hour. Very interesting working with there, but I like it. Wheel options, we have Trelleborg, Michelin, and well, that's it. That is it. We do have a couple different color options for the main and no rim colors. Next, we have the Lizard GAMA 3618. Now, we say 3618, but it's actually 3218, which is super confusing as well to me. We do have a couple different versions of these. There's 4 in here. Really, there's only 2, and between the 2, the only difference between those is going to be your hoses. You either go with the yellow or black, which I don't see how that needed to be a different model. It just could have been a different setup and been done with it. Maybe I'm crazy. Who knows? Today's been a crazy day already. Your models here, the 32 has 540 liters of seed only, not a direct drill. Heads up there, 900 kilogram weight, 60 horsepower, 4 meters, 7 miles an hour. Main color, blue, blue, and blue. Configurations, we've got red, red, blue, blue, and blue. And rim colors, red, red, blue, blue, blue. And then we have the exact same thing set up over here with, exactly the same all around. 270 liters of seed only, 30 horsepower, 2.2 meter working with, 7 miles an hour. Next, we have something very cool from Omatana. This is the Farm Shop. Basically, we have 3 different versions here. We have a United States version or a English version. We've also got the selling station 1, 2, and 3. Basically, 1, 2, and American. So there you go. Nice, very nice. But you can see one setup is productions and the others are just selling points. Now, this is set up, again, something we talked about in Farm Sim News. Oh, yeah, by the way, you can go in these. Something we talked about. These are just sell points. You sell your stuff, you get your money, and you move on with your life. Now, the production chains are very interesting because these are set up to where they make you pennies. I'm kidding. It's money, basically. There is no production. There is no outgoing thing. What it does is it just slowly sells your product. So pretend you have a bunch of lettuce and you sell it to this farm shop right here. You bring your lettuce, you dump it there, and it's done. Then over time, they will sell your lettuce for you, giving you, let's say you make $100 in a day for your lettuce. Well, you'll get maybe $5 or $10 an hour while they're open. You know what I mean, versus just making that $100 immediately. So this is more to be like real life, that kind of thing. But hey, you can sell however you want. It is neat. I like the way this is done. Or you could just use normal selling points. Either way. Moving on, next we have the garage with optional workshop. That's pretty cool. So this is going to be either $20,000 or $35,000, and it's daily maintenance of $1 or $10 a day. So a big difference there. We also have color options for everything that's not white or wooden around the inside. Looking very, very good. Come over here. Buttons you would expect. And if we check out the other version, that's in sheds. This is found in tools. And we've got a full shop in here. Let's come over here. Let's cut the light on so I can see what I'm doing. Here you can work on your vehicles, do what you want to. Very neat setup. And I like how they put this in the middle. That way you've got areas where you don't have to worry too much. Plus, a bit of an American styling, so fits really well on maps like I play on. So if you go into your sheds, you'll be able to find one of them here. Here it is. All the colors of the rainbow, even a pink one. Where is it? Where is it? Haha, there it is. There's a DjGoHam blue here too, and they're very bright blue indeed. And then you can jump over to tools, and here's where you find the one with the garage in it. So either way, however you want it, you got it. Here's a fun one. So I'm setting down the prefabricated sheds, and the doors are falling. This will be fun once I get everything set up. Oh boy. Well, prefabricated sheds. Whoever put them together did a really bad job. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm serious, but I'm kidding. Let's turn our help window on and see if there's something that we actually need to do here. It says closed door. I don't trust myself being close to it. Is it going to close and then fall? Please tell me. No, it closes and then goes back to there. Now open the door. Goes to there, and then goes over there. Oh, DJ's confused as can be. Yeah, these are either going to have to be pulled from ModHub or fixed. I don't know if I should even continue showing others. Just different designs, the full drive-throughs or full open bays. You can see this one's got an open bays in the back with a full setup. This one doesn't have those windows. It's cool. But somebody didn't test this good enough. Back to the drawing board. Next to last are crop protection fences. They say this protects your crops from the most common field animals. I feel like most common field animals could probably jump over this, but hey, it is what it is. Also, just heads up, in game, it looks like it's glass, not a fence. It's just kind of darker gray than the other side. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. I think I'm going crazy at this point. And lastly, we have the forest barrier. This will cost you about $750 and is a barrier between you and the forest. Taking a look at our updates for all platforms, the first one is Simple Midwest version 102. The main farm buildings are on the farm in start from scratch mode. Next, the Lizard ArtM-PTO version 105 added electrical version and adjusted some settings. Lastly, we have Lame of Animals version 1.1 corrected marking of cow food and water. And lastly, we have updates for the Meprozet PN-3 18 as well as the 224. Both of these are exactly the same with the exception of one thing. So we've got version number 2 on both of them, rear hydraulic lift version added, dose control system added, reduced price to real, and the effect of slurry dumping has been changed. However, the PN-318 has also added black paint color. And just if you're curious, here you go. Here's the Meprozet PN-224 showing the same thing, version number 2, minus the effect of that black paint. And that is it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new. Join the GoHam fam. Make sure that notification bell's on as well. That way you always stay updated with all the latest mods and news in Farming Simulator. All being said, just hope you have an awesome day. See you later.